It is the When Calls the Heart after show here on JLJ Media during Labor Day. That's why I'm not live. I'm actually doing some other stuff today, but I'm here with but I'm here to do my reaction and recap because I have much to say about this episode. This is season 10, episode 6. Um, and hello everybody, hello Hearties, hello everybody. Shout out to everyone. Hope you're having whatever you did this weekend. Hope you were able to do this one of the last weekends of the summer before fall starts to roll around the corner and people are back in school, kids are back in school and people are back in college and the world turns out of summer. So there's a shout out to that. Shout out to my grandson Rylan. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Rylan. I love you. And this episode was very, I mean, there's other little storylines, but before we go into it, I know I've seen some online criticisms and I want to address a few of them. And one of them I hear not enough Elizabeth, not enough Elizabeth and Lucas. And it has been a little different. We get they're in every episode, they're in every episode, and they had the dinner and the romantic thing like a couple of episodes ago and everything. But I've said the last few seasons, because it's 10 seasons, I have noticed that it has been shifting towards it's a town and very much an ensemble. And actually, I like it. I know it first started out one way, and I read the books and all that kind of stuff, and all that stuff. But it started out one way. But sometimes shows do evolve and change, and not everybody's going to like it, of course. Some will and some won't. And that's fine. That's your thing. I missed some of the earlier seasons. You can always watch them. They did it on DVD. You can find streaming services. You can watch them anytime you like. But for me, I don't mind. The one thing I am asking is that they try to do a little more, slightly better job at rotation. They have a large cast. And I do have questions about some of the cast. And we're not really seeing a Fiona storyline. We're not seeing a Maisue story. We saw a piece of a Maisue storyline, but why not her and Nathan, so to speak? It's not a triangle. It's more just now moving on. And Bill and Madeline look like they're going toward each other, but why not Molly? Like there's a couple of things that I'm like, I wish they would spend some time on that they haven't. But it's a large cast. But I will have to say, I'm enjoying this season. I really am. I'm enjoying this season. And today's episode was probably my second favorite episode of the season so far. The Rosemary birth was first, but this is my second favorite episode of the season. I really did enjoy it for so many reasons. And there were so many lessons that were quiet lessons and funny lessons that were made. And I'm going to go straight to the big one because this all goes to my girl, Pascal Hutton, who plays Rosemary, and to the writers of this episode, writers of the episode, to the direction, the cinematography, the music, everything. Shout out also to my girl, Andrea, who plays Faith. Shout out to Aaron, who plays Elizabeth. There's some really good scenes. But Pascal gets the number one hit because she was asked as an actress to go somewhere where I don't know. I mean, she's a good actor, so I guess she can do this. I don't know if there's anything in real life, but she was asked to go places that are tough. And I'm a big crybaby anyway. I cried everything. I cried very much during this episode. And maybe because I almost lost my mother this year, so I'm very sensitive to it. I don't have any grandparents left, so I'm sensitive to that too, grandmothers. In this episode, we learned a lot about her childhood. But it was her quiet stillness. Because, Rosemary we see as frenetic and noisy things sometimes. But Pascal, back to her great acting and I guess writing and direction, the scenes were quiet. Her scene with Elizabeth, her scene with Faith, learning that Faith also didn't have a mother. And what that love, losing her mother, what that felt. You said you're having to become a motherless mother. That broke my heart. But it was also like, wow, yes. And she goes, and you're grieving. And I'll tell you, many of you parents out there, I know for me, I probably have said this before on the show. If not, I've said on other shows, definitely. Gaining a child, I was the mother. I was the father I didn't have. And I made a decision from the placed my girl, Monica Lisi, in my arms. I was going to do everything I could to not be what I had. And I know me and her mother both were like, okay, we're going to do it differently than our childhoods were. It was a very conscious decision. But there are some unconscious things that also happen over the years for me, I can see for mom, but for me, that were learning experiences that brought up my dad. And I think once my daughter became grown, because that, happens when you're grown up, I was really able to heal my feelings about my dad. Isn't that funny? I had to mourn the loss of him in terms of my father's still alive, but he's not my life. But I had to mourn the loss of what he could have been, what he wasn't. And this message was very clear when they pulled out the trunk, when they went through we found there was letters, when they just right before that, just saying, you're grieving your mother. And that's something and it's happening because you have a daughter, you have a child now, and I can attest that brings up a lot of stuff. And if you pay attention, it's life that, it's almost natural that this happens. And if you pay attention, you can break the cycles, be a good parent, use it. And like she was doing at the end, reading the letters to her, talking about her, naming her after. As we know, Mary Gold Elizabeth Coulter, love that. Goldie, love that. Of course, makes sense. But I thought the lessons about this, I know so many parents out there, so many mothers out there who don't have their own mothers, I'm sure, or their fathers, or understanding your parents. There's always more to the story. We always think of certain things as we're kids. We don't know everything. And sometimes things are done in your best interest that you don't know about. And there are mistakes that are made also. No parents are perfect. And this storyline and this episode just exemplified all of that, actually, in that. I know it's just well done. In the last couple episodes, we've had I was talking about the Fiona Macy talk. We're getting this sense of family, your past, how that affects your current situation, how it affects your future. These are all things we can't run. That's something you can't run or deny your past. Henry Gowan is going through that, obviously. And they're even talking to Bill about Madeline, saying, you're having a hard time letting someone in. Nathan, same thing. You're having a hard time letting someone in after Elizabeth. And then he ends up dancing with Faith. Also have to give, I want to give praise to my folks, Viv Leacock and Tasha Burnett. The last few episodes, we've been talking about how much Minnie and Joseph have been working. And when the kid was talking about how over at Eagle Creek they lost their pastor, he's like, he's running around. And I can relate to that completely, doing 10,000 things. And, I'm helping my mom, I'm helping my aunt, my family, I'm helping this. And it's like you're doing so much, but also their past in St. Louis, their past in Kansas City. And how Minnie's like, things aren't the same. And they were playful. They're such a great couple. They're playful with each other. They're funny. They're serious. It's like it is, they're not perfect, which I love. They're not perfect. They're not magical or anything, but they're just like, they talk it out and they play with each other. They're playful. And they talk about it. And those barbecue sauces kind of represented where they lived. And when Bill said I mixed them both up and they tasted so good, that's Hope Valley. And they said our third home is Hope Valley, but being afraid, legitimately being afraid of not having enough money because they had problems in other cities. That's legitimate. That's going on today, right? You want to make a machine, you want to provide for your family. They are doing a lot. And they're saying they can't do everything. But it's very noble. It's very noble. I love that. And the kids with the Springs. And that Springs has been something else. The tourist been something else. And then Mr. Mitchell being taught by Elizabeth and Lucas Richard about the importance of compromise and coming up with something. And it was so funny with Allie and the whole thing with the poker references. Loved it. But it showed, compromise and how you have to, teaching we could use that today, right? Kind of a metaphor for today about how you can work up the spring so that everybody gets to use it, and it's not just one or the other. You can always get everything you want, but you get something that actually is good. And I think that's something that we have to keep in mind in life, period. I just love that. And you just come to a compromise. You just try to figure it out. So this episode just was so good, and I really, really enjoyed it. And it's a nice Labor Day, because I watched it today. Nice Labor Day episode as I'm relaxing. We'll be back next week. Next week will be September 11th, so I probably won't have a live episode there either, because September 11th I'll be dealing with remembrances of people in my life I lost. But I will put out an episode. An episode will come out. So stay tuned for that. But good job, Podcast Heart. I'm really, 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 really enjoying it. I'm James Lott Jr. And When Calls to Heart is on all streaming service platforms in terms of audio. So that's iHeartRadio, like all of a sudden, Spotify, Google, Apple, Deezer, wherever you find it, type in When Calls to Heart Aftershow. There are other shows that talk about When Calls to Heart, but we're strictly, I give it just super simple, When Calls to Heart Aftershow. Follow, subscribe so you know new episodes come out, and check out my old episodes. And shout out to my girl Marissa Serafini, who's in the older episodes. And I have interviews, all kinds of stuff. But also on JLJ Media, just check out the playlist for every season. When Calls to Heart season 1, 2, just go through them. And well, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. You just go through them, check them out, and you can see who we talk to. And I'm working on because in America we have this. We're on the strike going on. There's 2 strikes going on, and trying to figure out all the protocols and stuff. And Marissa Serafini is calling me right now as I'm talking to you, Marissa Serafini. That is hilarious. Should I answer really quick? Marissa, say hi to the fans. Say hi to the fans. I'm doing the When Calls to Heart after show right now. Okay, wait, hold on 1 second. This is so ironic she's calling as I'm doing the show. Wait. Oh my God, and it's Jordan, you guys. It is Jordan and Marissa. Oh my goodness. That is crazy talk. My Hearties, hi Jordan. Oh my God, you guys, I'm doing Hearties. I'm talking to 2 Hearties together. You guys, they're together. That is crazy. Oh my God, so you guys are on TV now. You guys are on the show right now.
Hold on, wait. It's connecting to my AirPods.
Oh, your AirPod. Oh, that's so funny. I'm saying you're on the show right as I'm doing the show right now. You're on the show right now. The When Calls to Heart.
Oh, it's not yours. It is. You think I would run this by now? Yeah, really. What are you up to?
I'm doing the When Calls to Heart after show right now. I know this is so crazy. This is so crazy. I'm like, you call. I mean, that's what I said. Now you're on the show. I just showed them to you guys. And it's so funny. Like, it's them, you guys. It's them. I wasn't available. I'm doing things. But it's so good to see you guys. I'm like, you look great. You look the same. You look the same. You look exactly the same, you guys. Exactly the same. That is so funny. I'm gonna go do my show and just say thank you so much. I'm glad you guys called right when I'm doing the show. This is live, you guys. It's all live. It's all live. It's all crazy. This is so hilarious. And we did not plan this, you guys. We did not plan this.
He didn't answer. I was like, all right, let's try it again. I wouldn't be making dinner if it was live.
Yes, exactly. See? We didn't plan it.
Not planned.
It was not planned. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Tell Phil I said hello. I love you guys. Bye. Okay, bye. It's so funny. Oh my God. As I'm about to, this is fortuitous, you folks. Shout out to Jordan Blackstone and Marissa Serafini. They're together. So Marissa is in the Midwest right now, folks. I had no idea. How fun is that? Okay, that was a great ending to the show. And we're on YouTube at JLJ Media. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment to the channel. I will talk to you all later. Bye.